Let's go! We are back, baby. Let's go. We are here. Peter Soprano right here. What up, everybody out there? The sports god. To my right of me, D Drizzle Dre.
What's going on, people?
D Money right here. Listen, once again, this is episode 2 of Pete's Corner. We trying to make you some money. We trying to get you some fantasy tips. So we getting it started off right now. Listen, we gotta get right into it. Listen, future betting. That's something that I personally like to do. A lot of people don't talk about it too much on TV. They usually talk about the live betting like we talked about last week. We talk about regular betting. I like future betting because you get better odds. So you can get, for example, New Orleans Saints to win the Super Bowl. You can get them at 10 to 15 to 1.
Absolutely.
Instead of waiting to the Super Bowl and you get them for 3 to 1 or 2 to 1. So I like future betting. What do you think about future bets?
I love future betting. I mean, you just said it perfectly. Now, the division with Redskins, Giants, Eagles, and
Cowboys.
And Cowboys. So think about it. I mean, look at the odds now. Who's going to win the division?
Yeah, it's wide open.
If he comes back, it's a possibility that Cowboys win.
That's a perfect chance right there.
If he doesn't come back, it could be Eagles, Cowboys, or maybe Redskins might, do something. Or Giants, anybody.
I'm about to say, you're not giving the Giants a chance, yo? You
Nah.
Giants fans in the room, yo. They're about to jump you.
Nah.
Listen, but I agree
But that's
with
the
you.
point, though. Yeah. So
If
if
you're
you
in a
catch it on early.
Yeah, if you're in a division like that, listen, Zeke is out right now, so his odds are probably a little bit higher than for normal to pick the Cowboys to win division.
Right.
There's the time if you really think he's going to come back, jump on him right now, because when he comes back, those odds are going to drop a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is going to be the first week. This is going to be the round for the feedback over there.
Technical difficulties with our producer over there.
But let's get right in. This is the first week of our college football bets. Dre, we want to talk. Listen, we're going to give you our best bet of the week, our second best bet of the week, and one underdog, somebody that's plus odds, somebody who can pull that upset, try to at least double your money.
That's the money maker right there, people.
So, Dre, let's start off. What's your first pick of the week?
All right, so the first pick of the week, guys. Remember, the first week is always the trickiest one. I always think that the first couple of weeks are the trickiest ones.
That's how you get upsets, man.
That's how you get upsets.
That's
Exactly. That's how you make a lot of money, but that's also how you can lose a lot of money too if you do it irresponsibly.
Yeah.
So, let's go with the best pick. My best pick, I'm going with the defending champions, Clemson minus 36.5. Georgia Tech, honestly, they're entering a new era. You got a new coach. It looks like they're going with the freshman quarterback, and they're missing a lot of key players. There's like 6, 7 seniors that are going to be missing for this Georgia Tech team.
Yeah.
And Georgia Tech was one of the main teams that struggled with the pass protection. And Clemson, their offense is insane.
Stellar.
Honestly, like there's no team that could probably come close to competing with Clemson.
Just come right out and say it. Georgia Tech ain't good. Just say it. Just come right out and say it. Don't hide.
Well,
they're not good, and Clemson's the defending champions.
Well, listen, I'm going to have to roll with the champions. That's my best pick. I don't do trend topics, but I think it's important to know, especially, like I said, the first couple of weeks. Georgia Tech, they're 5-10 against the spread in the last 15 games. Clemson, they're 8-2 in the last 10.
Yeah.
And the last 7 games that Georgia Tech went up against Clemson, they were 1-5-1. So I'm definitely rocking with Clemson Tigers for this one.
I actually agree with you. I did look at that pick, but I had a different one for my top pick.
Okay.
So,
But I'm getting the cosign by Peter Soprano.
You are. I like that pick, but I went with another big spread also. There was 2 games that I was really going back and forth on, so I actually made one my top bet and one my second bet. But the top bet is the Buckeyes of Ohio State going against Florida Atlantic. The spread is 27.5. I think, listen, Ohio State's at home, first game of the year. They're going to try to put on a show for everybody. They're one of the teams that can go to the Final Four playoff team, so they're really going to try to impress out early because they've been very close in terms of getting in for the previous couple of years, and they keep getting just a little bit out. Yeah. They're really going to try to put on a show, start off the year, going to get right in. So that's my lock. Is Ohio State 27.5.
I like that.
All right, what's your second pick?
My second pick, we got Rice at Army. I like Army minus 23.5 in this one. Rice, they did horrible last season. They ranked 103rd overall defense, 120th against the run defense, and they went 2-10. I mean, that's an upset right there. Army, Well, Rice is coming
They
back
pound the
with,
ball.
yeah,
I watch Army a lot. Army just pounds
they
the ball.
pound the ball a lot. They're coming with the same QB. They're coming with the same running back.
Wishbone offense.
Honestly, enough said. That's my second best pick. Army minus 23.5.
Well, ironically, I have another pick that's the same spread as the last one. I said I was looking between two teams,
Really?
and this is very similar, 27.5 point spread. I'm going with LSU to beat Georgia Southern. That's another matchup where it's a team that they're going against that's a smaller school. It's a big school in LSU that's trying to make an impression. SEC, they're trying to come right out hard. They're going to be in a conference that's with Alabama and Auburn and all those top SEC teams. So they're going to have to get out tough. So I expect them to try to make an impression on their first jump at
First
home.
week?
So I'm also saying 27.5. Take LSU for my second bet.
Gotcha.
So now we got the money bet, the ones that you can
That's it.
really get some off, the plus picks, the underdog pick.
Like I said, people,
pick?
these dog picks, be very careful with that. I'm really confident with this one. I like them to win straight up. If you want to use them in a parlay, go for it. I encourage you to do that. I'm going with Utah State plus 3.5 against Wake Forest.
I looked at that.
Wake Forest, they're looking a little bit weak with defense. The QB situation's a little iffy. We got Sam Hartman coming back off of a leg injury, and he's going to be competing against Jamie Newman. So I'm not too confident with them. Utah State, they improved on defense, and they got Jordan Love leading the offense. I'm pretty comfortable with that. They're plus 3.5. If you want to take them spread because of that half a point, if they lose by a field goal, you can win by obviously you'll win by the hook though, but I encourage you guys to take the money line. I'm pretty comfortable that Utah's going to get this road win.
All right, so for my first underdog win, I went with two ranked teams because, listen, I went with Oregon to beat Auburn in Auburn.
Okay.
The reason why I went with him is that, listen, you got the guy who's projected to be either the first or second quarterback taken in the NFL draft next year in Everett. So he's going to be somebody who everybody's going to be watching this year. He has to, if you look at this same time last year, he was projected to be the number one pick in the NFL draft, and he just had a bad year. But he's going to have to regain that momentum, get back to where he was last year, and say, listen, I'm the best quarterback. Everybody's talking about Tua. Everybody's talking about Fromm in Georgia. Listen, I'm the best quarterback, and I'm going to move on. So my underdog is that he comes out early, has a real good game in Auburn against an SEC team, which is usually a very tough conference, and wins that game outright.
And what's the odds on that? They're plus what, 3?
Plus 3.5.
Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah, so
Not bad. I like that pick too. I was actually looking at that pick, and if I just had to rewind it just real quick, that Utah State game, again, I don't like doing trends, but I think this is very important, food for thought. Utah State, they're 10-3 against the spread in their last 13. Wake Forest, they're 2-7 in their last 9 at home. So that says a lot that they could be beaten at home. So again, a little bit of food for thought for that one.
So let's move a little bit into fantasy now. So we did a little bit of betting. Let's get back to the fantasy. Now, Melvin Gordon and Ezekiel Elliott still holding out right now. Both of them are dropping down draft boards. So Elliott was automatically a top 4 pick. Some places he was a number 1 pick.
Right.
Now he's dropping mid first round pick. Somebody like Melvin Gordon, I already had a draft for Melvin Gordon that I was able to get him first pick in the 5th round, which is unbelievable because then this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because Melvin Gordon is a guy who is a first round talent, probably a top 6, 7 run back talent. He was a top 5 before he got hurt last year, and he's a guy that is dropping to the top of the 5th round. I snatched him in a second because if this is not a Le'Veon Bell situation, if he gets hurt or and when he comes back, or even if he doesn't come back and he holds out, he's a 5th round pick. Who cares? If you take him in the 4th or 5th round, it doesn't matter.
Easy.
But if he comes back, man, you just got yourself 2 first round picks, 2 top 8 running backs, and you got him in the 5th round. So I think somebody like that, as it get closer to the season, if he doesn't come in, he's going to keep falling back. Right now, I think the round to take him in is probably round 4. Ezekiel Elliott, in terms of him, he's dropping to. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking him in the first 2 rounds. I'll be honest with you, because I think there's a chance he could hold out for a while, or he may hold out for a few weeks and come back in the midseason or week 10, which is his deadline to come back. So I would not take the chance of taking Ezekiel Elliott in the first 2 rounds. If it gets to round 3, then I may take that chance because he can be that good. He can be a top 5 back. But I'm not going to take that chance early and waste a first or second round pick on him.
You're thinking round 3, man. You're being a little generous. I was thinking more around 4, to be honest. And now I actually got a question of my own tonight. Like in about an hour, I got a draft.
Okay.
11th overall pick.
Yeah.
If he's available at the 11th pick, you wouldn't take him.
I would not take him.
I wouldn't take him either. I figured that, but
listen, he like I said, he's the type of guy. He can be a top 5 running back, but you don't. I really think there's a chance he can hold out till week 10, which is the deadline. Come in so he can get another year hold on to his contract because if he stays out more than the 10th week,
Right.
he has to come back again. The contract doesn't count for this year. He wants to get that year counted, so he has to come back by week 10. So he may come back late, and you can't go 9 weeks without a first or second round pick. That's
Right.
ridiculous.
No, see,
so
like,
I'm not taking that chance.
So me personally, I'm thinking 4th round, and that's me just saying that I could get cold feet. He might be available in the 4th round, and honestly, I might pass up on him. Me, when I think of strategy for fantasy, I need security. I need to make sure that these players are going to be there, healthy, and ready to play. Again, unfortunately, everybody that drafted Bell last year lucked out. Speaking of lucked out, anybody that drafted Andrew Luck.
You're fucked. Right?
So
You're
again,
screwed, dude.
I've seen a lot of weird shit happening in the NFL the last few years. Again, that whole Melvin Gordon and Zeke situation, I'm not fucking touching that with a 10-foot pole. Again,
Where would you take Gordon?
maybe around the 6th round.
6th round?
6th round, maybe late 5th.
The reason why I took him a little bit earlier is because, listen, your first, second round, maybe even your 3rd round are the guys that carry you during the football season. When you start to get to the 4th and 5th round, yes, you're picking out starters, but if you lose your 4th or 5th round pick, you can still do something. So I think it's more than worth the risk to take him in the 4th round.
I mean, yeah, again, if you feel really confident and you stack up early in the first 3 rounds, 4 rounds, and he's available, why not? Go for him, you know?
And of course,
You never know, because if he comes back, then you just snatched a top 5.
And of course, if you wait and your draft hasn't come yet, you can wait till the last second and find out if he actually is going to come in. Because, listen, we're going to be back on the air Sunday, and we don't know what happens. If he signs, he jumps right up there again.
Absolutely.
Melvin going to be a first-round pick.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens with that. But let's get to a couple questions before we head out. Let's get to a couple questions on Twitter.
go.
My boy Koki said, I drafted Kyler Murray in every single draft I've been in. Am I an idiot? If you draft him as your starter, then that's not good. I'm not trusting him as my starter. However, if you took him as your backup, he has a high ceiling, he runs a lot, and for fantasy, a quarterback that runs a lot is going to give you a lot of points. So as a backup, he's a good player. If you took him as a starter, I'm not going to call you an idiot because you're my boy, but that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do.
Well, yeah, you kind of are an idiot. You're my boy, and I can say that.
Listen, running quarterbacks get you fantasy points, so
Look,
it can work, but
it can work.
I'd rather not take that risk, though.
That's a huge risk to me. I think a Jacoby Brissett would have been a lot better than a Kyler
I can
Murray.
see that,
But
yeah.
again, to your defense, we don't know when you drafted. So
Yeah, maybe he's your backup quarterback. If he's your backup quarterback, then you're perfect.
Kyler
That's
Murray,
cool.
yeah, exactly. But I feel like, again, I guess I like playing it safe. And maybe that's not the right way to do it all the time. But, you know, again, I like security. With Kyler Murray, we're not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to base
Yeah,
nothing on
he's never
preseason
played a
because that's
snap.
preseason. But
He's never played a snap
Exactly.
in the NFL, so you're taking a chance anytime you take a rookie.
Yep.
And my one other Twitter question is, auction league keeper. You have 100 cap. $3 for Galladay, 15 for Diggs, 3 for Michelle. Listen, I'm not as high on Michelle as other people are, so even though that's a good price at $3, I'm not taking it. And $15 for Diggs is a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's what I'm thinking,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's taking up almost 1/6 of your cap. So, but actually, yeah, it's taking up about 1/6 of your cap. I'm not doing that. Galladay, I think, is going to be a good wide receiver. He's #1 wide receiver for Detroit. I think he's going to have a
For how
breakout
much?
year for $3. So I think you definitely got to take Galladay.
Easy.
So
I agree.
So I think it's pretty simple. Take Galladay. And listen, if you guys have any other questions, listen, send them in on Twitter, #Pete's Corner or 2 Dudes and a Mexican. We'll start answering some more on Sunday. We know the drafts are winding up.
Yep.
And then later on during the season, we're going to get a start in sits, and as well as pickups during the week that you should look for. So listen, in a couple minutes, we're going to begin to the big show of 2 Dudes and a Mexican. Got any final words?
Yeah, guys, listen, we're just getting started. We got the first slate of games coming up this weekend, you know. Sit tight, you know. Again, follow 2 Dudes and a Mexican.
Yeah, go and follow us on the YouTube.
Yes.
Go subscribe. Everybody's watching. I want to see you actually subscribe. I want to see those numbers
Guys,
come
we're
up.
about to give you some free picks that are going to be straight money picks. The least you can do is just give us a thumbs up, subscribe,
Yeah.
and spread the word.
Exactly. So listen, we will catch you guys on Sunday. So listen, go catch 2 Dudes and a Mexican. That'll be up in like 2-3 minutes.
Producer.
Even our producers over there. So we're gonna end the show. So peace.
Peace.
Mr. Music.
Oh, what happened to the music?
Fucking producer. He's a